What's up? Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. We're uh, we're having a wonderful Thursday. Already Thursday. Not, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it's already Thursday. We're rolling out of the shop right now. It's 9:25. Yesterday we did all we could. Not yesterday, day before yesterday, we did everything that we possibly could, got it all taken care of, and now I'm headed back out. I think I already recorded a little bit about all that bullshit, but yeah, so, I don't know if I even should apologize, but yeah, the podcast has been a fucking nightmare. This job has really been, fucking up my whole rhythm with everything. This specific job running out doing these trains, because I always have a motherfucker with me every fucking time. It's not lit. I don't know. This newer guy that I'm working with now, he's doing better than one of the other. He's like third in line. I really miss that guy from Popular Bluff or whatever, the Popular Buff guy. I miss him. I could have just left him alone and he got everything going and done, and he was doing all the paperwork. It was just like, right, that's one less thing I got to worry about. But now it's just me and these guys. And even today, my boss called me. He said, "Yeah, just sleep in. You don't need to come in until later. Your job isn't going to start till way later." I'm like, okay. He calls me at fucking 6:30 in the morning. Hey, I'm like, what? Can you do your job without one guy? I'm like, yeah, probably. I could probably do that. But the thing is, that now this is going to turn into, and I don't even know if this is a bad deal or not, but it's going to turn into, oh, they could do it with three guys. We'll just do it with three guys from now on. And that is going to be a little bit of a problem. Not a huge problem, because, I mean, we're going to make it through today. Really, we just had like an extra guy running around, but whenever it's time to swap the hoses over, it was kind of nice. These fucking truckers. Got this guy taking up half of my lane, and then I got another fucking semi pulling in to this street, taking up half of my lane, and it's like, okay, guys, I need a lane too, you fuckheads. Jesus, pissing me off already. I rode my bike today. It was a wonderful ride. I had two people honk, and I don't know if they were honking at me. Surprisingly enough, in Kansas City traffic, there's not a lot of honking that goes on. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it was a guy right behind me, honked once, but there's nowhere for me to go. There was nothing. I was sitting at a red stoplight. There was nothing for me to do. I was blocked in by cars. I was in the middle lane, and they just honked, and then their horn got stuck. Or they just kept on honking. I don't fucking know what they were doing. But I just fucking kept on with my day. I was in the back of my mind, I was like, I hope my backpack didn't start opening or something and shit's starting to fall out. That would be not good. But I just kept on riding, and I had somebody else do a little toot. But I also don't think that was for me. I don't know what was going on. But the bike is running fantastic. Very happy with it. I don't know. Yesterday was kind of a test. I took my truck into work, and I finally got rid of all that shit. My buddy loaded up my truck bed full of junk from his house that he wanted me to scrap or just get rid of in some way or form. And we just had our dumpster dumped, so I was like, all right, sweet, I can go ahead. And it rained yesterday, so I drove the truck. I was like, sweet, I'll just get rid of all that shit yesterday, and then also he had 2 barbecue grills. He's like, you can have them or throw them away, whatever you want. And they were kind of junky. I mean, if they were probably worth much of anything, he would have kept them, because he's kind of like me, he likes to hold on to stuff. And yeah, they were junk. But one of the barbecue grills was gone like immediately. I set it out on the curb, and before I could fucking turn around, it was gone. But they left like half of the grill there. Like there's still parts underneath the other grill. It was just I was like, all right, whatever. And I left the other one out. It took 3 days, but yesterday when I showed up at my house, it was gone. I was like, thank the Lord. I was like, and I had just dumped my truck, because that morning I was thinking, I was like, I should probably throw that grill in the back of the truck and take it to work and get rid of it. But it was sprinkling and shit, and I was like, fuck it, somebody will take it maybe, hopefully. And they did. They took it. It's all gone. I'm hoping, I don't know, it's like the scrap guy needs to come around a little bit more often, because I don't want my neighbors getting pissed off at me, even though my neighbors are pretty cool and they would never complain. But I don't want my house looking like, trash in front of it all the time. And it looked like I had just a junky grill sitting on the curb for 3 days. But it's all gone now, and I think he's got another truckload, maybe 2, to grab. But I think that was all the big stuff, so the next shit should be a little easier to get. It was a box spring and a barbecue grills and some other stuff. But yeah, just getting rid of shit. It's a good feeling. I know he's got a front porch, and it's had a bunch of stuff on it for a long time, and I'm sure he's very excited to be getting rid of it. It was also his carpet. His carpet, that shit, I don't know how long it sat outside. It stunk to high fucking heaven. I was like, God damn. And it also sat in my truck for, a couple of days. But we got it dumped. We got everything out. Everything's done. And my truck, yesterday on my way home, it started, cutting out again. And I don't know what is going on. I'm wondering if whenever I put the new cap and rotor on there, maybe I twisted it a little bit. I don't know, because I don't know. It's weird what it's doing. So I don't know what to do with that. I'm just I don't know. It still drives fine, and then all of a sudden it starts cutting out, but only like uphill under load. I don't know. It's kind of weird what it's doing. I tried to replicate it on the side road in like second and third gear, and I couldn't get it to do it. But I had that truck wrapped out. I was like, all right, if it was going to blow up, it probably would have fucking blown up by now. I don't think it's the engine knocking. I think there's something else going on. And I thought maybe the timing is off. This trailer is not my trailer, a trailer in front of me. This guy, his truck is on the yellow line, and his trailer's on the dotted line on the other side of the road. He is 10 foot wide going down the highway. His shit's crooked as fuck. But yeah, I had a good day yesterday. I got home, went inside, and I was just hungry. What did we eat? Oh, my wife made me, we have a deep fryer. She deep fried me some fish fillets, and I had those. I put some yum sauce, mayonnaise, relish, slap your mama seasoning, and some cayenne. Mix that up to make a relish, or not a relish, tartar sauce. Holy fucking shit. And I was like, cook those fucking fish fillets until you think they're too cooked. That's what I want. I don't want no fucking soggy ass fish fillet. I want them fucking delicious. So she did. She cooked them. They were fucking crispy, fucking delicious. And I get the buns, the Aldi brand buns. I don't know. They're fucking amazing. But they kind of remind you of, I don't know, kind of like a McDonald's bun, but not as thick. You know, McDonald's buns are thick. These are not thick. They're pretty light and fluffy. But you just put the top side against the bottom side, and then you smash it down, and then you toss it in the toaster oven. So it just toasts the inside, and the outside is still good. But two of those sandwiches, oh, God, they hit the spot. They were so fucking delicious. And yesterday, for lunch, I was driving through my old town I used to live in, old DeWitt, Missouri. And just outside of DeWitt, there's a town called Brunswick, which I don't know, I never looked at signs, and I'm also not a smart guy. I always imagined DeWitt and Brunswick were like 20 miles apart. I was like, it takes like 30 minutes to get to the nearest town. No, it's like 6 miles. So it takes less than 6 minutes to get to town. But it is a lot of farm emptiness, so the drive does feel kind of like a longer 5 miles instead of I don't know. But there's a little joint down there where we used to, whenever we were out working with his dad and everything, we would always go to this Red Rooster restaurant thing that's down there. It's a tiny little shop. It's been there forever, right next to the Casey's, and we used to always get double bacon cheeseburgers there. So I called up my buddy's dad. I was just kind of reminiscing with them about all the stuff that we've done out there, because a lot of memories were flooding back as I'm driving through town. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to stop for lunch out there. I'm going to get that double bacon cheeseburger. And he's like, man, those burgers were the fucking best in the world. And I'm like, yes, they are. Or yes, they were. And I ate one, and it was really fucking good. It was better than what I was expecting. I was like, maybe it's just the memories make the food seem like it tasted a lot better than it did back in the day. But no, it was perfect. It was exactly what I remember that burger tasting like. It was amazing. And I got some seasoned fries. But they don't have anywhere to eat there. They do have one little table, but a bunch more people were showing up because it was around lunchtime, and that's a real popular. What else are you going to eat down there? They don't have anything else. They have the fancy restaurant, which I don't think is even open until later in the day. They got that restaurant, and then they got Casey's. It's like, what are you going to eat? Other than that, you're going home making a sandwich. So they get pretty busy. And it was perfect. Ate that and then headed on down the road. So over there in that town, and I was on the phone with him, and I was like, I don't remember where that thing was. I thought it was a lot further out, but there's a big orchard where we went, and we were picking pecans. Grandpa had brought his tractor out there with his tree shaker, and he would just go around all the trees and shake the piss out of them, and all the pecans would fall out. And we would run around with baskets picking them all up. And there was a bunch of almond. We only did it once, but they do it. I mean, I guess that's the pecan capital, is Brunswick. And it was right outside of Brunswick. I swear it was further out, but anyways, we hit up that orchard, and we got a fuckload of pecans. We would, get, I don't know, we would sell it by the pound to some store over there, and they would make all kinds of delicious, pecan treats. And then, but we would also keep a bunch, and we would roast them ourselves. make stuff. And oh, I love pecans. Pecans are so damn good. And yeah, but anyways, there was Amish out there with us, and me and my buddy, we were little fucking shitheads. And the Amish were out there, and they had some girls with them. You know, there weren't too many boys out there, I don't think, unless they were really young. But I remember the Amish, the ladies that were out there with them. Every time we got a little bit too close to them, they would just move for a lot further away from us, and we were like, okay, because you know what me and my buddy were up to. We were going to try to check out some Amish girls. Is what we were going to do. That's what we had on our mind. So they were correct in moving them girls away from us. Get them girls a little too close, and we'll end up making out under a pecan tree or something. But yeah, I don't know. I just remember we either had a boat in the creek or something, because a lot of the pecans would fall into the creek, and we would have nets and stuff, and we would grab them up. And I don't remember if we had a boat or we just had nets, but I remember my buddy Tyler, he straight up fell right in the creek, and I just don't remember the circumstances behind it, but it was a really fun memory, picking pecans with my buddy. Yeah, it's a good town. It's a good little town. Sometimes I wish I could just move out there and I could, run grain or something for somebody out there. Just, I don't know. There's got to be a need for a Class A driver out there. Probably not. Maybe not hazmat. Maybe hazmat. I don't know. You got farmers. Farmers need anhydrous and ammonia delivered and shit, or propane, and shops need stuff taken care of. I don't know. I always think about that, moving out there, because the land out there is beautiful, and I don't think it's cheap, but I don't think it's as expensive as in the city. So I don't know. I feel like we could go out there, and if we sold our house, we could probably go out there and get a decent piece of land, and possibly even a house. The house is going to need working. None of those houses are super great. I wouldn't want to live in the city of Brunswick or even Carrollton. I would live in DeWitt, but I wouldn't live in those other cities. They got cops, and DeWitt does not have any cops. There are no cops out there. It's just basically the old timers fucking cussing at the people, and the word's gonna spread, and you're gonna get in trouble. No matter who you are, you're gonna get in trouble if you go speeding through town. But yeah, I don't know. I always have thoughts of moving out there, but that would be way too far away from everybody else, is what it would be. I mean, the community out there would really support you, but my parents and her parents would be way too far away. Because it's like around 2 hours to get out there. And so that's like, you got to plan a trip. And there ain't no Walmarts. I don't think Carrollton has a Walmart. I don't think so. They have a McDonald's. I think that's about as high class as Carrollton goes. They have a Walmart. But DeWitt, they don't have shit. They have a pop machine, a mail office, and church. That's it. And the mail office is only open for like 2 hours or something. It's you gotta really be on time if you want to get to the mail, if you want to mail a big package or something. But the pop machine's always out there, but you're always run out of Mountain Dew, I'll tell you that. Go up there and get a Mountain Dew. Nope, you ain't getting one. That would be a place to put in, a little side business, is put a couple of vending machines out there next to that other vending machine. They do have like a little gathering spot, because we went to a couple of events, and where a lot of the family in town get together for whatever event's going on. They got like a clubhouse or something. But yeah, Brunswick, they got a grocery store, a tire store. They got a whole downtown strip full of stores and shops. And I mean, it's just it's a totally different lifestyle living out there, because those shops, you're like, how the fuck does the quilt business stay going? Like, how many people are really buying quilts, especially in the small town? But it's a different life out there. That person, they probably repair pants, maybe even boots. They do all kinds of anything with fabrics. You go in there, you got to go to the quilt shop, get shit fixed. Um, I guess the closest big city would be, what is that fucking town? Higginsville. And I don't even know if they're all that big. I think they have a Walmart and maybe even a Home Depot. They got all kinds of stuff out there. Higginsville is, and it's right off I-70, so it's a busy going place. They got a couple of boot stores. There's used to be a salvage. I think it's still there. There's a 4x4 salvage place right there next to it. But I don't know. I just loved living out there. I loved being out there. It was always a great time. So, anyways, I was driving through about 2 years ago, maybe a little bit more. My buddy was getting ready to move to Florida. And we went out there and we had a little powwow. We had a fish fry and a good time. And we had all our kids out there. Lots of pictures, lots of memories built on that day. And then we still had kids in diapers. So I left my diaper bag out there. We left. And it's that far away that it's like, it's not just like, oh yeah, I'll just stop by and grab it. It's been 2 years. This diaper bag's been sitting out there, and my wife, for the first year, she kept, nagging at me to go get it, and it just never really fell in line that I could go get it. Now that I got a motorcycle, it's not going to cost very much to run out there and run back. But I ain't taking my fucking Chevy Cruze out there. I don't want to look like a fucking queer showing up in DeWitt in a Chevy Cruze. So I'm either going to I'll probably show up on my motorcycle. One of these days, one of these weekends where I got a little bit of time, I'll just run out there, get a nice little 4-hour ride in. And it'll be a lot of fun. And then maybe even hit up some field roads and little trails and stuff, but I don't know, probably wouldn't do very good on the tires I got. But yeah, either that or take my truck out there. If I got my 79 going, it'd cost a lot of money, but I'd like to take that 79 down there and get into a little bit of trouble with that thing. Just show it off to my buddy's family that lives out there, because they all love trucks. They're all in love with trucks just like me, so it'd be cool to show it off. And yeah, it's a lot of good memories out there. A couple of bad memories out there, but we're not going to get into those. But way more good than bad. You're going to have bad memories everywhere you go. But it's just a wonderful town, wonderful little town. Times are changing though. Grandpa's gone. I think Grandma moved out. I don't know if she moved back. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been out there. But my buddy's dad, he's also getting kind of old. He's not that old. He's still going to be kicking and doing shit for a long, long time. But he's only getting older, and he's had some issues in the past. He's missing a finger. You would think it'd be from farming or something, or working on equipment. No, he was fucking out on the lake having a good time, and he fell off the front of a boat and pushed off the bottom of the boat, but didn't pull his hand back quite quick enough, and the propeller took one. Right hand, point your finger. Whoever worked on that hand, though, did a pretty good job, because you can't really tell. You see something's off, but you're like, I can't tell what's wrong there until you shake his hand or something. You're like, whoa, all right, missing one. He was upset because he had to learn how to repack a can of chew. This charter bus is really getting on my nerves. I'm topped out at 75, but they don't go that fast uphill. You're going to have to slow down, you stupid fucks. Got him! They'll get me on the next downhill, though. I bet you. And here it is. Here's the downhill. Up to another uphill. So I think I'll be good. The old McDonald's here in Lawrence. But yeah, I ate a burger out there. It was another good way to relive a little bit of memories, and just sitting out there, watching the train go by and watching all the town folk walking around and doing what they do. Still got the same feel out there. I swear I saw the same guy twice. There was a guy who was on a dirt bike going through Brunswick. No tags, nothing. It was just a fucking dirt bike. Running through town, not speeding or anything, just riding through, just the vehicle he's got for the day. And I looked at him, and I was like, okay, cool. And I was mainly checking out his bike. It's a Honda. I can't really tell exactly what it was, but it was a Honda something. And he just rode on by, nice and slow. And then I go through, and I'm headed back, going home, and I'm in Carrollton, and I swear it's the same fucking guy, and this time he's on a Polaris 4-wheeler. I'm like, that's the same fucking guy. I don't know. Maybe there's some twins out there. I'm not sure what the fuck's going on. I didn't spend any time in Carrollton. I did a little bit back in the day when I lived out there, and I was living with some chick that worked at the Casey's. I wasn't living with her. I was just staying with her because it was a long drive back home, and I had a 78 square body that got horrible gas mileage, so I would stay over at her place. And anyways, we hung out with some weirdos out there, some real weirdos. But we went out to Carrollton a couple of times, hit up a show, and that's where I saw Max Gratton, I believe is his name, and he was playing in a band. I was like, wait, I know that fucking guy. There's two of them. There's him and his brother, and I knew both of them, but his brother was my age. But then I saw Max, or I can't remember the other guy's name, but I was like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, oh, just out here playing songs. There's a speed trap ahead. I saw a fucking trooper sitting on top of that bridge shooting radar. They're gonna get somebody out here. They're really hiding to try to get it. Nice blinker, Nissan. Nice blinker. Let me get up around you. Holland has. Trooper's after somebody. Can't tell who. Hopefully not me. I think he just got off of the stop. Hopefully he's not going to be after me. That'd be interesting. anyways, yeah, had a good time yesterday. Took my daughter. She had photos. She's doing tumbling, so she had to get in her little outfit, and Mama got her looking all fancy. Took her to go get photos. I didn't go out there at all. I wasn't trying to do nothing. The trooper pulled off, so that's good. I just sat in the car with my son because I told him we're going to go get ice cream right after we got photos. And we went over to Andy's Ice Cream. And tell you what, I don't think I'm going to go to the one that I went to anymore because I specifically asked for one thing and they took forever to make it. It's like, I don't know, we were the only people there. We order, and then they make my kids ice cream quickly, which was nice, but it was raining. So, I was like, all right, you guys just go to the car. I'll bring you your ice cream. I'll bring me and Mommy's ice cream whenever they get it done. And it's like they had like 4 cars pulling the drive-thru, and they just took care of all 4 cars in the drive-thru before they made the rest of our order. So I'm standing there in the rain. I was under a canopy thing, but it was raining. It was a little chilly. And they fucked up our order. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I was like, I was supposed to get the turtle split. Oh, you want us to? I was like, no, I don't. Ice cream's ice cream. I'm just gonna fucking eat whatever the fuck you made me. It was all right. It didn't have all the right stuff on it that I was craving. Luckily, it did have whatever I got did come with pecans because I just had pecan fever. So I was like, oh, I know Andy's Ice Cream has really good roasted pecans. Let's go there. And whatever I got, it had pecans, but I was looking for the caramel and the chocolate and the banana and the cherry and all that good stuff. And I got it was chocolate and pecan. I don't know what the fuck it was. I think there was a cherry on top, but luckily it had pecans, but it was a lot smaller than the thing I normally order. That, and it comes in a boat, and it's got a full banana in there. It's so fucking delicious. Now I'm even pissed off again, just thinking about how I was screwed over at the Andes. I didn't get the correct ice cream, or whatever. I don't need all that ice cream anyways, but I was really looking forward to eat my turtle split. So anyways, we all ate our ice cream, had a good time, went back home, went to bed, and I don't know what's been going on with me lately. I've been heading to bed quite early and falling asleep. I don't have the time, or I don't have the effort to stay awake anymore. Since I was gonna have a late start today, I was gonna go downstairs, and after we got home, got the kids put to bed. It was already bedtime. It's past bedtime, but I was gonna get the kids put to bed, and I was gonna go downstairs and fire up a video game or something. I was like, I got a late start. I can stay up past midnight tonight. No. And I'll go through phases like this where I'll be going to bed at like 9 o'clock every night, and then eventually it'll come back to where I'm up at 1 a.m. I just fucking stuttered there, but I'll be up till 1 a.m. every fucking night. But I'll feel fine, and I'll wake up in the morning just like I would any other time, and I'll go to work and I'll be fine. But I don't know. I've fallen into this where I just cannot stay asleep very late, and then I wake up at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. I'll just wake up, and it's hard for me to go back to sleep. I guess it's not that hard for me to go back to sleep. I'll just I usually go out in the living room and turn on YouTube or whatever on the TV, and then fall asleep out there again. I don't know. I don't know why I do that. But it's like, all right, I'm awake, and then I lay there for a while, and I'm like, okay, let's go watch some YouTube real quick, and then wake up in the fucking living room. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm one of the weird ones. I don't know what the fuck I do. Some of the shit I do. It's just instinct or some shit. I don't know. It's like a dog spinning before it lays down, you know. You're not going to make the couch any softer. I don't know what you're spinning 18 times for. Just lay down. They don't know. They just want to lay down too. They just don't know why. They just do it. I don't know. And that's why I don't know. I just get up and I go to the living room. I fucking turn on the TV. It's instinct. Grab a glass of tea. Tea has caffeine. Probably not a good idea, but I don't want to drink water. I'll wake up. I'll have to pee in 5 minutes if I drink water at night. But, yeah, trying to think of anything else that's going on right now. I'm not really looking forward to today because we might end up staying late. Since we have a late start, it's like we can definitely stay late and get more done, and it would make even more sense today since we're a man short. Stay a little extra late, and because we're going to be a little behind. I guess 8:30 versus 6:30. So I mean, we could stay an extra 2 hours. We could stay until fucking damn near dark. But I really don't want to do that, and I don't want to ride my bike home in the dark either. So we'll probably just cut it whenever we cut it. But we lost a couple of employees. There's one guy on the ER side. He's a good guy. And I don't know. I heard rumors he's going to be taken off. And then we got another guy that was, a good operator and good guy for the field side. And he's moving to the ER side because I think they're going to offer him, management pay to go over there and help them manage around. And but it's like it's just so weird that he went over there to do that. It's like, why are you like working at random times you like getting called in the middle of the night to go do work? I mean, I guess he doesn't have a family or anything going on, but I don't know. I just can't see anybody wanting to do that when it pays less. I mean, he's going to be getting paid more than what he's paid now, probably, because he's going to be moving up to management. But a management position on our side would pay a lot more, probably. But whatever. I don't know. He's taken off. And then Lady Trucker. I just found out that Lady Trucker's gone. She done took off right before the easy route fired up, where all she had to do was drive back and forth to Tulsa. And she was doing her normal route where she was hauling that water plant shit. And she just took, I don't know, she quit. She either got fired or quit. But I was told she quit. She's the one that was begging for, or would always complain if she didn't get her truck and if anybody else drove her truck. And now she's gone. I don't know. We had to use it one day. And maybe that's the reason she quit. We used it one day. She was upset that somebody else was driving her truck. None of these trucks belong to anybody. They're all just Kenworth T880 day cabs that are for the company, and we have a limited amount of trucks, and sometimes trucks go down, and we got to use the other truck. She wants her truck. She always wanted her truck to sit. If she ain't using it, she doesn't want anybody else using it. It's like, that's not how it works. And she would leave all kinds of stuff in there, and then, you would use it, and, yeah, things are going to... I don't leave shit in the trucks. Because shit goes missing. And then trying to figure out who... You would think it would be easy to figure out who was in it and who took your shit, but I just don't leave shit in the trucks. And she would leave all kinds of stuff in there, and it's just like, that's not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. I'm actually hauling the trailer that she's been hauling. But... And the last thing she said to me was, "Don't you take all that shit out of my toolbox." I'm like, I don't know why we need a def container in your toolbox. It's a big ass def container. I'm like, we have a giant tote of it at the shop. Makes no sense to have it. I really need room in the toolbox. I didn't say that to her. I just said, okay, because I'm not gonna argue with her. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do anyways. I said, okay, but I've left it in there. I've been managing, but now that she's gone, I'm like, I'm gonna I'm gonna dump that shit into my truck and then throw that fucking thing away because there's no need for it. Every truck stop has def. And there's the route that she was taking. There's a lot of truck stops. So I don't know what warrants having a 5-gallon bucket of def. I have no idea. And these trucks don't use def. I mean, you'll get like 4 or 5 fill-ups before you're really low on def. I just fill up every time, so it's never an issue. But anyways, she's gone. I was kind of surprised. I thought me and her were kind of almost on friend level because we would talk on the phone a lot, and now she's gone. And I'm like, oh, you're not even going to fucking tell me that you're gone? You're not even going to tell me that you're thinking about quitting? You're not, like, she talks to other guys, which is fine. And I'm not sad that she didn't talk to me. It was just, if I was having issues, I would text her and be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I can't, guess what happened at work the other day? She was just a fun person to chat with. And I thought I was a fun person to chat with too, but apparently I'm not, because she didn't say a fucking word to me at all, and she gone. I don't know what the fuck she's doing now, and you know what? I don't want to know. Really don't care. But that opens up a spot. I'm hoping I'm gonna go grill my boss one of these days. I'm like, listen, bud, put me on the fucking power plant run, because that power plant run is the top dog job, and I used to do it. Whenever she wouldn't do it, I would do it, and whenever she didn't want to do it, I would do it. And then whenever we would both do it, and sometimes we even have a third person show up to do it, just to get that job done as quickly and charge them as much as fucking possible. And now she's gone, and we thought we were going to get this other lady trucker back. Then she was doing it for a while, but now it looks like that job is completely open, and I need to pounce on that motherfucker, get off of this bullshit, because my boss told me the other day, he's like, how many have you got done? And I had to call and figure out some shit. And I was like, we got 160 engines pumped down to date. As of today, also. 160 out of 430. And this job was supposed to take a month. And we're on 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. And we're not even halfway. I guess we're a little over a quarter of the way done. This job fucking blows. Like, I want to be out on the road. I mean, I might be a little bit okay with it if I'm driving by myself. And I don't have a bunch of new fuckers that don't know what the fuck they're doing, that are going to make a bunch of mistakes, even after I've taught them for weeks. They've had weeks to figure it out. And they're going to fuck shit up. And the blame is going to go to me. Get me out of here. Why would you change lanes right now? Right as I'm rolling up on him, you're like, oh, I actually want to take your lane for no reason. don't mind hauling has and stuff, and this job is actually really easy. I just wish I was by my fucking self, or I had competent people working with me. People that I don't have to, I can just say, hey, yeah, go put the hoses in the fucking tank. Or I don't even have to say that. I just say, hey, did you get the hoses in the tank? Hey, how many did you do today? And they can say, oh, yeah, we had one. It was all water. I had to swap it and, pump it back in. Oh, damn, that's crazy. That would be an awesome conversation I could have with my fucking fellow employees over here, my coworkers here. But no, I'm involved with every little fucking thing because these guys don't know how to take care of anything other than the perfect conditions. If they have to do anything extra, they fuck it up. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do anything. I watch them, and I'm like, hey, what do you do? You're doing something different. Oh, yeah, I was going to try to do this. I'm like, okay. And I go over there, and I'm like, if you open that, it's going to blow fuel all over the fucking ground. What? Why? I'm like, because look at your fucking gauge, dude. You're under pressure. You have a load on you. Your valves don't seal that well. As soon as you open that, it's going to spray fuel out like a fucking fire hose. And I'm tired of dealing with new guys. I want to get some OGs out here. But, whatever. Just fucking do it. I know the first thing we got to do today is new guy has to learn how to take the fuel caps off, which isn't a big deal, but he's not going to be efficient at it. I know he's not going to be efficient at it. He's got to get the caps taken off of 2 trains, and then he's going to go, we got to load up the hoses in the back of the pickup truck and get them strung up on top. And the way I had somebody doing it before, or the way the other guy that was competent was doing it, he's putting one strap on one hose and one strap on another hose and one strap on the lid. And it was working out really good. And I mean, this way is working out also, but he's like, oh, I just need one strap for the hoses. And I'm like, no, you need to put 2 straps on there. And he's like, no, I put one. I'm like, okay. So whenever it comes time and we got one guy offloading and the tank is going to be full and we need to take one hose down, you're going to have to unstrap both hoses. The only thing holding the hoses up there, you're going to have to unstrap both of them. One of those hoses is currently offloading, and we can pause the offload, but it would be really cool if we didn't have to pause the offload. We could just undo one strap and drop down one empty hose. We should do it that way. He's like, well, I did it the other way. I'm like, okay. And I don't know. Am I waiting for it to bite somebody in the ass? Because the only person that's getting bit is me. The other guys are too new. They're not going to get in trouble for anything. I'm like, oh, we had fucking Kletus out there. He knows what he's doing. And he fucked up. Can't believe it. Blame me. I don't know. Brunswick is looking pretty fucking good. Every day I go out here and do this fucking job, hauling whatever I got to fucking haul down in Brunswick, trying to find a job down there seems a lot more beneficial than doing this, or even going the opposite way down to the Ozarks. I'd love to live down there, but I have no base down in the Ozarks, so. And I feel like people in the Ozarks, whenever you move in and you're not like on lakefront property, you move in somewhere else, and you're like, these motherfuckers moving in, taking up our homes. We had a guy, he moved to Montana or Washington. I don't know where the fuck he moved, but he was on some other, he was working with a different type of a job. I think it was oil rig and stuff or whatever. And anyways, he moved to a small town out in the middle of nowhere, and they moved in, but all the neighbors hated him because they weren't from around there. And even his wife got like threats or something. I don't know. It was They're like, get your ass out of here. We don't like your kind around here. It's like, what the fuck? Now that wouldn't, I don't, I lived out in DeWitt, not for very long, but I did live out there, and I was out there quite often. That would not happen, I don't think, out there, but it's a possibility to happen out in the Ozarks. You know, you get some of those fucking crazy, methed up motherfuckers fucking just pissed off that you're alive near them. And, you know, they ain't got nothing to do out there but think of ways to get rid of a dead body, so. And you ain't affording lakefront property. That's why lakefront property, that's okay. You either got old timers that have lived out there or had their house out there forever, or you got rich motherfuckers that are only there when it's nice out on the weekend. One of my ex-girlfriends, their family owned a lakefront house out there. The house wasn't super great. It had a pretty cool porch on it, and it had a nice dock. Nice, like 3-bay dock, and they had a couple of boats in there, and it was right in a cove and everything. It was really fucking cool. I loved going out there and hanging out. Because, yeah, there's a cove, and there's also, we're on the end of the street. There's like one more house down at the end of the street, and we could, but there was trails back there, so I took my truck back there a couple of times. It was mainly people dumping shit back there, but there were trails. It was kind of cool. I love going out to the lake. I need to go out to the lake. I think that's what I need. I think I need a lake day. Even a local lake. Just need a day to go out and sit and just do nothing. That would be kind of cool. Have a couple of fishing poles, pack a lunch, sit with the kids and the wife. Maybe just the kids. No, I'm just kidding. The wife can come. She's gonna be ready to go though. We're gonna go out there. She'll be like, okay, we've been out here for 45 minutes. Let's go. That's not fishing. It's hot. There's bugs. Who am I kidding? The kids will be complaining about it too. The three of them would complain enough that I would say, yeah, I guess you guys are right, and I'd fucking leave. Like, it is kind of hot, and I do have mosquito bites on me, and yeah, I did see a snake over there. Okay, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Because I've only taken the kids fishing once. And yeah, it was for like 15 minutes. You're BNSF. You're not a cop. You're BNSF. I can speed past you. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Keep all 18 down. Adios. Talk to you later.